Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma. Margo. Okay, good evening, ma. Let's
Good
see.
evening, sir.
Yeah, today's topic. Suppose if we take one of the surface like sphere or something, if we take Aryan,
So I didn't get yesterday's question you gave. Could you solve that if you could later?
what is the question?
So the semicircular disk, uh, center of mass 2D.
We didn't solve that.
So I didn't get it.
Okay. Semicircular wire, okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Semicircular wire we completed, right? Wire. So that wire and one of the rod we completed two, right? So it is the disc. We are discussing about the disc, semicircular disc. So disk means already we know total entire mass is there. So it is the two-dimensional. Now along the center of along the x-axis, if you want to take center of mass, it will be here at the center along the x direction. But y direction, it won't be at the exactly the middle. Okay, like a down portion mass will be different, up portion mass will be different. So take it as a 0 comma 0 or something, take like that. Now what we have to do, we will take one wire, small wire we will cut, small wire that we will cut.
Sir, are you teaching this topic again?
Yes, ma. He didn't get answer, it seems. Did you get answer?
Okay.
Okay, so now that wire we will consider like this. It is the wire that we cut. This type of wires will be so many from 0 to, if radius is r, then up to r, 0 to r, that many wires will be there. So this wire diameter, like thickness is dr and mass is dm. Now we know that this type of wire we calculated the center of mass. What is the center of mass for this type of wire? Semicircular wire, what is the center of mass? 2r by
2r by pi.
pi. Okay, why? Because now why I have taken small r, at a small r distance from 0 to small r, I have considered one of the wire. That wire I have taken. This type of wire so many from 0 to r, not only 0 to small r, 0 to r, so many wires we can take. So this r will vary up to r, up to capital R, it will vary. So we have taken, it is the center of mass for this wire, y equal to this much. Now it is uniformly distributed mass body. So for this, we have to calculate center of mass not along x-axis. Along the x-axis means it will be in the middle. Along the y-axis, we have to calculate. So let y equal to integration y center of mass equal to integration y dm by integration dm, and it is uniformly distributed body. So y center of mass equal to integration y dm by m, because dm plus dm plus dm, you will get the total m. Now we can't integrate this, right? Can we integrate this? We can't
No,
integrate.
sir.
So now what we have to do, in the y place, y place, y is how much now? Y is 2r by pi into dm by capital M. Again, this we can't calculate. We can't integrate for this. Now integration limit is 0 to r, capital R. 0 to capital R, you will get the so many rings, and here you will get center of mass for one ring. Here you will get center of mass for one wire, one more center of mass you will get here somewhere. So this total body having so many wires, semicircular wires. So that how many are there? 0 to r it exists. So again, even we can't integrate for this. Why? Because r, then what is this? Dm. So we can't integrate. It is recording, sir. So we can write like that. Now dm, what will we do? If you want to take, if you want to get how much mass is there, what we have to do here? What we have to do? If you want to get the mass, how much mass is there in this wire? How will we get? We have taken dr element, right? In the dr element, how much mass is there? Dm mass is there. So what is how much that mass? Let's see. Sigma. Why? Because it is area. It is not one dimensional. It is two dimensional. So sigma equal to mass per area actually. Mass per area. Now sigma equal to dm by da means small mass in small amount of area. From this dm equal to sigma a. Dm equal to sigma a. Again, I will place dm place sigma a. Are you getting?
Yes, sir. So won't
Okay.
it be dm equals sigma dA?
Sigma?
dA.
Yeah, sorry. Sigma dA it is. Yes, ma. Sigma dA. Just dA send this side. Now substitute. Y center of mass equal to integration 0 to r 2r by pi sigma dA. Sigma dA by m. Right? Understand?
Yes,
Again,
sir.
can we integrate? Again, we can't integrate. Why? Because r is there, but there is no dr. So dA is whose area? Whose area? The dA. So this semicircular wire, I will make it as a wire. So this is the wire now. How much it is? It is the thickness. And what is the length of this semicircular wire? Tell me. What is the length of the semicircular wire?
So it'll be the circumference.
Yes,
Pi r.
circumference. Pi r. Now tell me what is the area of this wire?
Pi r into dr.
Pi r into dr. This is the area. So this is the small dA. Substitute here. So 0 to r 2r by pi sigma dA means pi r into dr by capital M. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now pi can get cancelled. Okay. Pi can get cancelled. So we do. Now 2 sigma by m. These are constants. Take it out. You will remain with 0 to r into r square dr. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So r into r square, so dr. So now we can we do integration now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now we can do integration. Why? Because r square dr. So x dx, x square dx, y square dy, we can do. Now integrate this. When you are doing integration, y center of mass equal to 2 sigma by m r cube by 3, 0 to r. Right? Limit is 0 to r. R square integration is r power 3 by 3, right? X to the integration x square dx equal to x to the power n plus 2 by n plus 2. Sorry, n to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So n, how much? N is nothing but 2. So x to the power of 3 by 3. So here r is there, so r to the power of 3 by 3. Understand clearly?
Yes, sir.
Now substitute upper limit and a lower limit. Lower limit, if you substitute, obviously we'll get 0. So no need to substitute lower limit, substitute the upper limit. Y center of mass equal to 2 sigma by m r cube by 3. Okay? Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now sigma, this sigma is the mass per area. What is the area of the semicircular disc? Pi r square by 2. Okay? Mass per area. Mass per area. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now 2 will go up to sigma equal to m by pi r square. Substitute this. So 2 into 2m by pi r square by m into r cube by 3. So will get cancelled. So r square and r cube will get cancelled. So you will remain with 4r by 3 pi. So for the semicircular disc, center of mass will be 4r by 3 pi. So center of mass of the semicircular disc is somewhere like 4r by 3 pi.
Sir, you have to let Lisha in.
What is that? Yeah, she came.
Okay.
Yes. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Yeah. So first we have to take like this, and dm place we have to substitute. Again, what is the dm? Dm we have to take from here. This is the dm to calculate. After taking dm, we will substitute. Even though we can't integrate, so dr we have to take. What is da? Da is the area of the small wire. So that small wire area we will take, we will substitute. Then what are the constants are there that we will take? R square dr will be there. We have to integrate. After getting integration, again sigma we will convert into mass per length, mass per area. So after converting that, then y center of mass will be here. X center of mass we can calculate. X center of mass will be somewhere here. So if we take it is the origin, from here in the y direction, center of mass will be here. Okay? Clear, ma?
Clear, sir.
Yeah. Now see, one more important concept for competitive mostly. Look at this. Whatever the question they will give, uniformly distributed mass, you have to do the same things. Same thing you have to do. If it is two-dimensional, then aerial aerial charge density you have to take. One-dimensional, linear charge density you have to take. If it is the three-dimensional, volume charge density you have to take. Now look at this. Center of mass of removing means one of the portion I have removing portion.
Sir,
Tell me, ma.
you told you'll explain how 1 degree is equal to 111 kilometers. Like,
I will explain. Okay, I will explain. Let me. Actually, values. If you take pi, this pi is theoretically they have given 22 by 7, nothing but 3.14 actually. So like that only, some of the values are theoretical, that we have to, like even speed of light also we can't calculate, but theoretical. Let's see. We will discuss how to change that pi into degrees and all. Okay, pi changing
sir.
into length and all. We will one class I will take. Let's see, center of mass of removing portion. Suppose one of the semicircular circular disc or something I have taken. Now what I will do, its center of mass where it exists, center of mass will be here, right? Right, Aryan, getting?
Yes, sir.
Now what I will do, I will remove this portion. I will remove this portion. Is it center of mass will be in the same place?
So you're basically talking about rings, right?
Basically talk about
Kind of structure.
I am going to find out center of mass for removing body. Okay, if I remove one of the part, so then it will remaining part will be there, no? So center of mass where it will exist. Look at this, try to understand. It is the sphere. Okay, it is the sphere where center of mass exists.
Geometric center.
Center, so it is the center of mass will be here, right?
Yes, sir.
Now if I remove one small sphere from this, if I remove small sphere from this, is the center of mass will be stay in the same place?
No.
No, right? Then where the center of mass will exist, that's we have to calculate. Look at this. If it is a sphere, it is the diameter. So from here, center of mass will be at r distance. Even from here also r distance. Center of mass lies here. But if I remove one of the portion like this, if I remove one of the portion like this, then I will remain with this portion. So this portion center of mass, is it exists in the same place? No, right? It won't exist center of mass here now. It will be at somewhere here, right? Because center of mass always moves the towards the heavier body side. So it moves. So where the center of mass exists, that we have to calculate. Understand? Aryan, getting my point what we are going to calculate?
Yes, sir.
To calculate what I'm going to see, what I'm going to do, remember. So this type of problems when they are giving in competitive, some of the mass they have removed. So where is the remaining center of mass? If they ask that type of problems, what is the procedure? Let's see. Look at this. So it is the body. It is the circular disc. Circular disc. So it is a circular disc. For this circular disc, actually center of mass exists at the center. Now what happened? We have removed this portion. This portion we removed. So now what will happen? Center of mass will shift. Okay. So where the center of mass exists, what I will do, I will take this total body, this circular disc I will take. This mass I will take as a M1. Now, how much mass they have removed? Suppose M2 mass, if they have removed from this body, M2 mass, if they have removed from body, just a minute, even Risha will enter. Risha?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, now can you hear?
Yes, sir. I actually got disconnected.
I know. That's why I'm waiting. Let's see. Look at this, Risha.
Yes, sir.
It is a circular disc, okay? Full circular disc. Circular disc center of mass exists here, okay? Now,
Yes, sir.
this portion of mass they have removed. Suppose total mass is m1. Removed portion is m2, okay? They have removed m2 mass. Is the center of mass will exist in the same place?
No, sir.
No, it will be at somewhere. Now we are going to calculate that. Ananya,
Yes, sir.
did you understand, ma?
Yeah, sir, you have taken M2 as the removed part, no?
Yes, this much of mass I removed. So where is the remaining center of mass? Where the center of mass that we have to calculate, okay? Remaining body having center of mass, no? Where it will exist that we have to calculate. This type of question, anything they can ask. Even square they can ask. They can ask for sphere. They can ask for disc. Anything they can ask, okay? Come on. Now what I'm going to do, I will take the complete body. That complete body mass M1 I will take. How much they have removed? How much they have removed? Suppose if they have removed M2 mass, that M2 negative mass I will add. That M2 negative mass I will add. Now I have two masses. Can I find the center of mass? Hello?
So what will you add?
Yes, sir.
How much they have removed the negative, how much they have removed the mass, that much. Now I will take the total body, that much mass I will add to this. Which
Sir, yes,
mass?
sir.
Negative mass.
Negative.
Mass I am adding to this body. Now I can find the center of mass, right? I have masses, two masses I have, so I can find the center of mass.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Now
but they in the same plane?
Are they in the same body? They are in the same body, same plane. Obviously, when you are adding this to this body, now even this body also will stay in the same body. But that is negative. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Same. Now, once if you take this mass and if you give here, now the total body is 1. So can we find the center of mass or not?
Sir, can you explain again?
Yes. Just a minute. I will explain. Look at this.
So, like, if you remove that part of the mass, then the center of mass will move like away from that part where you removed it. right?
Yes. See, Aryan. First, so much mass is there here. Total body mass is there, Aryan. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Center of mass is here only, no?
Yes, sir.
How much mass is there that we know? How to take that circular disc? So mass per area. Okay, done.
Yes, sir.
So mass equal to sigma into area. Can I calculate the mass? I can calculate. Okay, they will give sigma, so I can calculate. Now what they are doing, they will remove this portion from this body. How much mass they will remove? M2 mass they will remove. Okay.
Yes, sir.
When they removed M2 mass, center of mass will shift, right?
Yes, sir.
Which side will it will shift? This side or wherever the mass exists, that side?
Away from where you removed.
Yes. Where is the more mass? Towards that mass, center of mass will exist. Okay, that we discussed already. Now I am taking the total body, that is mass M1 I am taking to this body. Where is the center of mass that I know? Now what I am doing, how much body they have removed, how much mass they have removed, that mass negative mass I am adding to this mass. When I add this negative mass to this body, I will get the same thing. See how much they removed, same thing I will get, right?
Yes, sir.
Look at this. Look at this. Now when there is a two masses, what is the center of mass formula? Come on.
So M1 R1 plus M1 R2 by M1 plus M2.
So R center of mass equal to M1 R1 plus M2 R2 by M1 plus M2. Okay. Okay. Now, which mass it is? Which mass it is?
Negative.
Negative.
Negative mass.
The
So
minus.
R center of mass equal to M1 R1 minus M2 R2 by M1 minus M2. Can I?
Yes, sir.
Obviously. Negative mass you are adding. So if you want to find out the center of mass, how much mass you are adding, where you are adding, if you know, then obviously you can calculate the center of mass, no? Okay.
Then what's R? How do you find R?
R, how to find? Look at this. Total, this body having center of mass is at R1 distance, okay? Right? Even this body having the radius, right? That is R2, right?
Yes, sir.
That is only R1 and this is only R2.
Okay, sir.
Now distances also you are subtracting. So obviously center of mass will be, center of mass we can calculate. Santosh, understand?
Yes, sir.
Here again, some small change I will do. Let's see. So it is the one formula to calculate center of mass when they have given masses. If they don't give masses, when they have given masses, so this much of mass and radius of that body is this one, and the second body having mass 2 kgs, radius is equal to 2 meters, then that much of mass they have removed. So find out the center of mass means immediately we will do this. If they don't give masses, then how to find center of mass? Look at this. Aryan, getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Now, if they don't give masses, how to calculate the center of mass? Look at this. To this body, sigma equal to mass per area. Can I? Can I?
Yes, sir.
So from this, M1 equal to sigma A1, can I?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
To this body, which body it is? Removed portion. Understand? This is removed portion. So how much mass it is? Sigma equal to mass per area. Can I? It is the removed portion.
So are they two different sigmas?
Sigma is the mass per unit length. That's all. It is constant. How much mass you will take?
So we can equate them, right?
Obviously. Look at this. So M2 equal to sigma A2. Why sigma is constant? Whatever the portion you have removed, that is from this body only, right?
Yes, sir. So same
So
density.
sigma is nature, same, no? Same mass you are removing. From the same body you are removing. So sigma is constant. Now look at this. Now
Okay, sir. So if it was from a different body, sigma would be different.
different bodies, how can you say, how can you remove? Suppose if
No,
I have.
sir. Like I'm asking in general for different bodies, sigma is different, right?
Yes, yes. Different body sigma will be different.
Yeah, that's what.
Yes, yes. Because if it is square, so this area will be different.
Yeah, right.
So this area is different.
Yes, sir.
So different bodies having different. Yes. Now I will take it is equation A. It is equation B. That I will substitute in equation 1. Substitute the R center of mass equal to M1 means sigma A1 minus sigma A2 by sigma A1 minus sigma A2. So
Sir, is that A? Is that J
So
center?
what about R1?
Yes, yes, yes. Sigma A1 R1 minus sigma A2 R2 by sigma A1 minus sigma A2. So sigma take out common and cancel out. So you will remain with A1 R1 minus A2 R2 by A1 minus A2. This is the center of mass. Means if they have removed this much of portion, that radius is R. If you know the radius, can you find what is the area of this circular disc? If you know the radius, can you write the area of the semicircular disc? Sorry, circular disc. Now formula is like this. If they don't give masses,
Yeah.
Ananya.
Can you explain from second step again?
Here,
Yeah, after this.
here, right? No, Ananya, I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Look at this. Now, if they give masses, then you can use this formula. Okay. How much mass they have removed? If they give radius and its mass, you can do center of mass for this formula. You can use. If they don't give masses, just if they have given r radius, r2 radius, small r radius body, I have removed. Small r radius portion I have removed. Then which formula will use? You don't know the mass, so we can find out the area easily. So we have to use this formula. To calculate this formula, what I did, first I am finding aerial charge density, sigma equal to mass by area. Which mass? Mass m1 and area of this is a1. From that, mass m1 equal to sigma a1, and it is the removed portion. Removed portion is mass m2 and area a2. So from that, sigma equal to mass by area. So mass equal to sigma a2. Now here m1 and m2 we calculated. That m1 m2 you have to substitute in this formula. After substituting, you will get this. From here, sigmas you have to take it common and cancel out. You will remain with r center of mass equal to a1 r1 minus a2 r2 by a1 minus a2. Santosh, clear ma?
Sir, is that the final
Yes,
answer?
sir.
Final answer. This is means this type of formula also you can use when they have removed some of the portion. If we know area, we can use this formula. I'm telling. Okay. If they have given masses, use this one. If they don't give masses, use that formula. Mostly you will use that formula. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Risha,
Yes, sir.
any doubt, ma?
No doubt, sir.
Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
See, one question I will give. Try to solve that. Then you can understand how to solve. Can I?
Yes, sir.
Look at this. See the question. See the question. Problem 1. A circular disc. A circular disc radius of the circular disc is r. Sorry, radius is r. Radius of the circular disc is r. Now they have removed one of the portion. One of the portion. That removed portion is From here to here is r by 2. From here to here is r by 2 because they have removed from here. So the removed portion radius will be r by 2. Aryan, did you understand the problem?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you are find the center of mass, means they have removed r by 2. R by 2
So
portion.
we can use A1 R1 minus A2 R2.
We have to use that. Okay. Now, tell me, center of mass, is it exist in the y direction or in the x direction?
So X.
Obviously x-axis. Now we have removed, so along the x direction we have to calculate. Now to calculate this, which formula will use?
A1
X
R1 minus.
X center of mass equal to A1 x1 minus A2 x2 by A1 minus A2. Now tell me, what is the area? A1 how much? So here this, from here we are calculating where is the center of mass. Initially here, so it is, we have to take as a origin. So 0 comma 0, 0 comma 0 we have to take it is. From here we are calculating where is the center of mass. Where is the center of mass? We have to calculate from here. It is the origin. One origin you have to take, no? When we are calculating center of mass, every time we use it to take one of the origin. Now I am taking it is the origin. So this we have taken as a 0 comma 0. Now see, and this one, at this point what will happen? At this point r by 2 comma 0 means here x is 0, y is 0. For this point x is there, how much? R by 2, y is 0. Aryan, understand?
Yes, sir.
Now calculate. Now calculate. A1 means what? What is the A1?
So pi R squared.
Pi r square, capital R square, right? R square.
Yes.
What is x1? What is x1?
So 0.
R's.
Why r? From here, no, we are taking.
Oh, okay.
So x1 component is 0, y1 component is 0, x2 component is r by 2, and y2 component is 0. Understand?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes. Minus a2 how much? Tell me a2. Tell me what is a2?
R by 2.
So pi R squared by 4.
Pi
Yeah.
r square by 4. Pi r square, no. But area of this radius is r by 2. So pi r by 2 whole square. So pi r square by 4. Area of this, it is radius is r by 2. So into x2 how much? x2
R by 2.
By 2.
r by 2 by a1 means pi r square minus pi r square by 4. Do this. Do this, ma.
So we'll get minus R by 6.
Minus r by 6. That is x center of mass. Why we got minus r by 6, you know?
So because the main one is 0, like X value 0.
Now center of mass, is it shifted in this direction or is it shifted in this direction?
So it shifted in negative direction.
That's why negative. That's why negative. Clear?
Okay, sir. So when it's negative, it means it's shifted in the negative direction.
Yes. Risha, clear, ma?
Yes, sir.
One more problem. Last and final problem. After I will start rotational motion. Okay, cell. So like that, we have to take origin. From that origin, whatever the portion you have removed, that we are adding. So it having center of mass, and this is the center of mass of the whole body. Here you have taken 0, 0, and this center of mass means this mass exists from r/2 distance from this. So we can calculate. Sri Lakshmi,
Yes, sir.
did you understand?
Yeah, yes, sir. Just writing it down.
Little bit complicated, huh?
Yes, sir.
Come on. One more problem. It is the disk, original disk. This diameter, so they have, it is a center of mass. They have removed portion like this. It is the center of mass of the whole. Now they have removed this much of portion. So its center of mass will be somewhere here. Are you getting? This center of mass is the for whole. Now
Yes, sir.
whatever they have removed, that center of mass is this much, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now look at this. Diameter of original disk. Diameter of original disk. Original disk. Diameter is 56 centimeters. Diameter of original disk is 56 centimeters. Means what is the radius? What is,
23.
how much?
28, sorry.
28. So radius will be 28 for this. And removed portion diameter removed. Removed portion diameter equal to 42 centimeters. So 42 centimeters means what is the radius?
21.
20?
21.
Find out the center of mass. Find out the center of mass. Look at this. So that is the, like that only they will give, okay? Mostly they will give in the same way. I'm giving disk, they can give sphere. If they give sphere, that is 3-dimensional actually. But how much portion they have removed, that they will give. Come on. So from here to here, how much?
28.
28. From here to here is 28. From here to here, how much?
21.
21. Now, what is the different distance between these two?
7.
7. Now, if you take, it is the origin. It is the origin. 0, 0. At this point, what are the components? 7, 0. Now calculate. Can you calculate?
Yes, sir.
Understand clearly, ma?
So,
No?
so from the original center, the other one is 7,0 distance.
Yes. Wait. I will draw a little bit big, then you can understand. Look at this. See, always for uniformly distributed masses, we have to concentrate on center of mass. Keep in our mind. Now, it is the original disk. Original disk, what is the center of mass? Where is the center of mass? 28, right? It is 28. Now, whatever they have removed portion, that is this one. Its center of mass will be somewhere here. And this is 21. This is 28. Now, the difference between this center of mass and this center of mass, exactly both will be in the same line, okay? I have given like that to understand.
So they're on the same y-axis.
Yeah, same y or x.
So like the
We'll
like
calculate
only
x-axis.
okay.
We'll calculate x-axis. Okay. Even y-axis also, if you calculate the same thing, you will get, okay? Now, what is the difference between these two?
7.
28 and 7. Now take it, it is the origin. Always we will take this is the origin, right? So at this point, 0, 0, right?
Yes,
Understand?
sir.
This point on the x-axis 7, y-axis 0. Clear?
Yes, sir. Got it. Got it, sir.
Santosh?
Yes, sir.
Understand, Santosh? Or
Yes, sir. I understood.
Resha network is very big problem. So always look at this. Now
Sir,
can you
answer is sir, answer is -9, sir.
done, ma? Did you solve?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Tell me that what you did.
Sir, I took pi into 28 square into 0
X
minus.
center of mass equal to, tell me.
Yes, sir. Pi into 28 to the power 2 into 0
Into 0
minus pi into 21 to the power 2 into 7.
into
7
yes by
by pi into 28 to the power 2 minus pi into 21 to the power 2.
that's all. You'll
Yes.
get -9, huh?
Yes, sir. You'll get -9.
Now that means center of mass first it is here for whole thing. When they have removed center of mass will shift to -9 centimeters. Okay, correct.
Yes, sir.
Yes, correct, ma. Nice. So this type of commutative problems that you can solve, just you should know the areas. Substitute the area, take one of the center of mass as a origin, that center of mass to removed portion center of mass where it existed, that you have to see what is the difference between that two. You have to take, if you take it is the origin 0, 0, and one more center of mass having certain distance, right? So that distance 7, 0 or 8, 0, whatever it may be. So removed center of mass of removing portion. Once if we remove the portion, where is the center of mass means we can calculate by using this formula. Ananya, clear? Ananya. No network problem, Ananya.
So can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
I got it.
Yes. Bhargav?
Sir,
Hello?
excuse me, sir. Can you hear me?
Risha, tell me.
So the board is really blurred for me. Like,
Is it?
it's not clear. Yeah, I'll
No,
just
no,
leave
Resha.
and rejoin. Yeah.
Yes, your network, you have a lot of network problem.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yeah.
nearly 4 or 5 times you joined, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I just leave and join back.
Bhargav,
Yes, sir.
understand, ma? I can't hear you. Santosh,
Yes.
clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I solved it.
One question, Santosh. This
Yes, sir.
question you can see mostly in HC Verma. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Mm, try to solve this. Then,
Sir, answer
I
is
did
minus
it,
24
sir.
seconds.
Bhargav.
Sir, got it.
Yes, ma.
Sir, answer is -9 only, no?
Yeah, correct. -9. Correct. You understood, right? How to solve this type of sums?
Yes, sir.
Removing, giving one origin. From that origin to removed portion, center of mass where it is exists. That is the thing you can give. Try to solve this, okay? Look at this. You should try. Definitely you should try. And mostly will get, okay? I have confidence that you will get. 2 metal plates. 2 metal plates. Total length is L. It is L by 2. And it is L by 2, that you know. Total length is L. Exactly in the middle they cut this. And one is the metal plate, some different material. So it having different density. And it is the one more metal plate. It having different density. Okay. Now find out the center of mass. Find out the center of mass. Where center of mass exists for these two bodies. And its density is ρ1 and its density is ρ2. Density is ρ1 and density. It is not removed portion. It is two masses when they have given how to find center of mass. That concept you have to use. That's what. Find center of mass from this. Take it is the origin from this point. Find out the center of mass. Just they have given densities and length they have given. You have to find out the center of mass. Can you find out?
Separately or them combined?
Combined, ma. It is now total one of the body. Okay, it is total is one body. But its mass is different. Its mass is different. Why? Because its density is different. This density is different. But you have to find out the center of mass for these two bodies. Understand clearly, Risha?
So,
Yes.
Immediately, what idea you will get? Tell me. Tell me, Aryan.
so we don't have to find along x-axis since it's already L by 2, right?
L by 2, that you can't say, Aryan, because this
Because the-
total mass is not same, no?
Oh, okay, sir. Fine, sir.
Total mass is not same. You can't find.
So
Tell me,
can
ma.
you explain this again? I couldn't hear you.
Even I can't hear you. Voice is breaking. Okay. Look at this.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes.
So wait, so the center of those two plates is L by 2, right? Yeah.
Yes. Total is L. That means from here to here is L by 2. And from here to here is L by 2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now look at this. Look at this. I will give you a hint. Let's see.
We need to use volume, mass, density.
It is no need to use volume, mass, density. Why? Because now this is the two bodies. When they have given two bodies, you know how to find out the center of mass, right?
Yeah.
So that formula we have to use. Look at this. And to this body, where is the center of mass? Tell me. At the
L
center,
by-
At the center.
right? So that is from here to here, L by 4 distance, right?
Yes, L by 4.
Come on.
So this
And
figure, right?
what is that?
Like we did 4 of them till now. What is the heading of this one?
Just find out the center of mass of this body. This plate, it having different density, find out the center of mass.
So what about the breadth of the rectangle.
Breadth. Take it the LR. It is no need actually. We have to find out center of mass for only x-axis.
Oh, okay, sir.
Why? Because already we got center of mass is here, and this body center of mass will be here, right? It is also L/4 distance, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
mass is here, one mass is here. Now can't you find what is the where is the center of mass?
But won't the
Yes.
like it'll be minus, right? Because
Why minus?
sir, because like it'll be in opposite directions, the L/2.
Not like that. Its center of mass is existed from L/4 distance, and from here to here also L/4. From here to here also L/4. So between these two, length is L/2. Understand? Between
Yes.
these two, length is L/2. Now see. Now look at this. If I want to solve center of mass, I will take this is the one body, and this is one body, and between these two is L/2 distance. It is mass M1 and is mass M2. Can I take? Mass they didn't
Yes,
give,
sir. Yes,
but
sir.
density they have given.
Yes,
If you
sir.
know the density, can you find out mass?
Yes, sir. You'll get M1
Yeah.
equals rho 1 V1.
Okay, so M1 equal to rho 1 V, okay? Because volume is same.
Will they have same volume? Oh, okay.
Obviously, it having same volume, no? M2 equal to rho 2 V. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, this type of situation when it is arise, how to find out the center of mass? What is the formula? Tell me. Find out center of mass of the second body from the first body.
Sir, M1 R1 minus M2 R2 plus.
Find out the center of mass from this mass 1 to mass 2.
Oh,
What is
sir. It'd be plus, sir.
Come on.
M1 A1 plus M2.
Hey.
So one of them will be multiplied by zeros. We'll take one of them as origin.
Oh. One of them, if you don't take origin also, I given you. If you want to find out the center of mass of second body from the first body, then center of mass of the second body from the first body equal to M2 into distance between them by M1 plus M2. Did you remember?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Center of mass of second body from the first body.
yes, sir. That's anyway. You'll take M1 as origin, no, sir. So it'll be
Yeah, I
basically
will
be the
take as
same thing.
anyway. If I take M1 also, you will get the same thing, right?
Yes, sir.
So same thing only you will get. But simple shortcut is that we know, no? If we want center of mass of second body from the first body, immediately we can use, no? Again, why we have to take 0, 0, 0 and 0, L/2, 0. Understand? Okay, do
Yes.
like that. Do like that. Anything you can. Now, it is from here we are solving, okay? From here, not from here, okay? We are solving from here to here. Tell me what is the center of mass? M2 how much? Rho 2 V. L/2. Wait, Ananya? Ba, network problem. No, I can't hear Ananya.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello,
Ananya,
can you hear?
Ananya, rejoin once. Rejoin, I don't explain anything. Rejoin. Risha,
Yes, sir.
did you understand how to do this problem?
So I didn't understand how to get the formula.
I know. Look at this.
Sir,
Not Risha. When the two bodies they have given, once see that in the previous sums we did, when they have given two bodies, if you want to find out the center of mass of second body from first body to second body, did you remember?
excuse me, sir.
Tell me, Aryan.
Sir, will you get rho 2 L/2 into rho 1 plus rho 2?
Rho 2?
Rho 2 L
L by 2.
2 into rho
Rho
1
1
plus
plus rho 2.
Yes. Now look at this. Risha,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
take it is the origin, Risha. Okay. You take like this 0, 0. Okay.
Yeah.
For this
So
body,
which one is the
which one?
which is the origin?
I am taking this body is the origin. This body. After I will calculate from here. Okay.
Whole body you're taking as origin.
Now this is not bodies. Now what I'm taking, total body mass is this much, right?
Yeah.
And total body mass of this is center of mass is this, right?
Yeah.
Distance between these two is L by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
I am taking this is the origin. So 0, 0, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Now this one will become L by 2, 0, right? Yeah, L by 2 distance, 0. Y-axis is 0.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Now center of mass, it is the M1 mass and it is M2 mass, okay? M1 mass, M2 mass. Now how to find out the center of mass? X center of mass equal to M1 X1 plus M2 X2 by M1 plus M2. Now M1 means how much? What is the M1?
Row 1.
Rho 1 V equal to M1, okay? Because volume, rho is the volume charge density.
Yes,
So
sir.
M2 how much similarly?
Row 2, sir.
Rho 2 V, okay? So X1 how much?
Sir, 0.
X1 is 0. So rho 1 V into 0 plus rho 2 V
L
into
by 2. L by 2.
L by 2 by
Row 1 plus row 2.
rho 1 V plus rho 2 V. Okay, it will become 0. So you will remain with rows V we can take common and we can cancel out, right? That's what you did.
Yes, sir.
So now rho 2 L by 2 by rho 1 plus rho 2. That is only center of mass. Vaishnavi. Clear? Clear, ma? Now, if I want to calculate from here, what I have to do? Tell me. If I want to calculate from here, I calculate from here. Center of mass distance, I calculate from here. If I want to calculate from here, what I have to do? Santosh. If I want to calculate from here, what I have to do?
Sir,
So you have to consider that point as the
as
origin.
origin.
So what I have to do?
L by 4.
Okay.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
After even you can solve that, you can resolve that. More solution that you can do, like LCM you have to take after. Okay, you can do more that.
Why did you add plus L by 4?
From here I am taking now. From here to here, center of mass I calculated. From here, if they ask, from this end if they ask, so center of mass, if it is 2, from here means plus something only, no?
Yes, sir, got it.
That's I means they can ask from M1 or they can ask from end. Who knows? Even they can ask from end also, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma. So like that. Clear? Important, that is. Clear, right? Risha?
Yes, sir.
Clear, ma?
Yes. Yes, it's clear.
Prajwal? Prajwal, feeling difficulty? Lakshmi? Hello? Pratik,
Yes, sir.
clear ma?
Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah.
getting the idea.
Okay ma. Yeah, just idea is very important. Okay, even when we have the revision session, then I will explain. Okay, but you have to maintain little bit idea
Yes, sir.
before that. Yeah, now see. Rotational motion. Or rigid body dynamics. Rotational motion, or also we will call as a rigid body dynamics. Dynamics means, I think you know, dynamics is nothing but we will discuss about the cause of the motion. Okay, dynamics, cause of the motion. I hope everyone can hear my voice. Okay, Ananya, you can hear me, right? Ananya network.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Now look at this. Aryan,
Yes, sir.
do you know what is rigid body, Aryan?
So it's like the molecules are very tightly packed.
Okay, nice. Is there any perfectly rigid body in the universe?
No, sir, because always there will be some space in between the molecules.
So it is rigid, it is unrigid. So how can we say, if you compare water with air, which is rigid?
So water is more rigid.
Water. So if you compare water with some marker,
So the marker.
if I compare this marker with iron rod, then
So iron rod.
obviously, so it will be rigid body. So what is the rigid body? Let's see. If I take one body, so this is the body I have taken. In this body, so many particles will be there. So many particles will be there. So many. Now I will take, it is the particle A and it is particle B. Like that, so many will be there. So I am taking, it is particle A and particle B. Now, one of the line I will draw between A and B. This is the distance between two internal particles. How much ever force if I apply, then also the distance between the two internal molecules, internal particles are not changing, then this body is called rigid body. I didn't understand clearly.
Sir, could you repeat?
Yes, it is
Sir,
the, yeah, Arisha, tell me.
so can we say that the this tendency of a body to maintain its shape or size is called
Yes, yes.
rigidity?
Yes, we can say like that, but it is very best to say. Why? Because see, how can we say there is no perfectly rigid body in our universe? Any body if you take, so internal molecules, between the internal molecules distance will be there. So if you apply force on the body, definitely there is a small change in the distance between the internal molecules for each and every body, because 100% rigid bodies are not there in the universe. 100% rigid body is not there. Just rigid body we can say when you are comparing with different bodies, which is rigid, that we can say 100% rigid body is not there. So now what I am saying, the distance between the distance between the two internal particles is not changing even if you apply external force, then that body we will say as a rigid body. It won't change.
Sir, so the distance between any two particles in the body won't change.
Any two particles, that's what I'm telling. Any two, not only this. I have taken two more particles I will take. It is CD. Even there is a distance between that is something. So even this distance is not changing. Then only we can say that is a rigid body. Am I clear?
So can you explain this again?
Yes, yes. Yes, ma'am. Sure. Body, so many particles are there, and I will take two particles, that is one is A, one is B. I will draw one line. This line is nothing but distance between the two internal particles. Now how much ever force if I apply on this, how much ever force if I apply on this, the distance between the two internal molecules or internal particles are not changing, then that body I will say it is a rigid body. Clear, Ananya?
Yes, sir.
Write down the internal distance between the two points doesn't change is called rigid body. It is called rigid body. That is called rigid body. Okay. Santosh, clear, ma?
Yes, sir.
Can you say one rigid body?
Sir, iron rod. Oh no, there is no rigid body.
Perfectly rigid body is
Well,
not there.
yeah.
Whatever you said iron, that is correct
Yeah.
only. Okay.
Okay,
But perfectly. So if I compare iron with diamond, which is more rigid?
sir. Diamond, sir.
So like that. Okay. But can you say exactly diamond also it is the proper rigid body?
No, sir.
We can break, right?
Yes,
We
sir.
can change the
Diamond
distance
and
between the internal molecules, right? Internal particles. So that is also not perfectly rigid body is not there. But rigid body means we can say any body if you take internal distance between them, internal distance between the 2 points is not changing, that is the rigid body. Now we are going to discuss about the motion of the rigid body. So rigid body motion, in that we are discussing about the rotational motion. So before the rotational motion, I will explain some type of motions. Like I will explain, first one is motions, different types of motion. Different types of motion. Different types of motions I am explaining. Look at this. So first one is translatory motion. Okay, translatory motion. Look at this. What is translatory motion? One body I considered, this is the one of the body. In that body, I have taken 2 points, that is A and B. This is the distance between the two internal points. Understand? Ananya, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what happened? This body traveled some distance up to here. This body traveled up to here. Now look at this. It is A. It is A and it is B. Point. This point A and this point B. After travel some distance, the line joining between the two internal points are parallel to each other. These two lines means this body is here. One of the line I drawn from one point to one more point in the internally. When this body is traveled from here to here, this body traveled from here to here. Even the line joining between the two internal points are parallel to each other. So this is called translatory motion, and these lines are parallel to each other. So we can say rectilinear motion means straight. Straight. Understand clearly?
Sir, so the path followed is a straight line.
Yes, path followed is a straight line. Translatory motion means what? Translatory motion means the line joining between the two internal particles are parallel to each other even after travel some distance. And the path followed is rectilinear. Understand clearly, Risha?
Yeah.
Or any doubt?
So,
So
the
rectilinear-
particle here is traveling from A to B.
No, Risha, I am telling
Then
this body traveled from this position to this position. Body traveled.
okay.
Body traveled, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So now one of the line I have taken between two internal particles, okay?
Yeah.
It is the line joining between the two internal particles, okay?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Now after travel some distance, the line joining between the two internal particles are parallel to each other. It is here, and this line is not became like this, or this line is not became like this, or this line is not like this. It is even like this. So AB, and it is AB. This AB is the line joining between the two internal particles. After travel some distance, even though these two lines are parallel to each other, that is called translatory motion. And the path followed by the object is called rectilinear motion, means straight. So translatory motion, two types. One is rectilinear motion.
So why do we take two points here? Why can't we just use 1 point?
1 point if you take, even 1 point we can take. So if you take 1 point, then how can you explain that? Here so many points will be there, no? Not only 1 point.
So we need to consider 2 points.
That, yes, that 1 point can be anywhere. If you consider the 2 points, then one line you will get. So that line after traveling also parallel to each other, then you can compare. Okay, and the path is straight line, so it is called rectilinear motion. Now one more is curvilinear motion.
So can you
Yes.
tell definition of translatory motion
Yes,
once?
yes. Write down translatory motion definition. The line joining between two internal particles in a body. The line joining between two internal particles of a body after traveled some distance. After traveling
So
some
could you repeat? Line joining between
See.
after that?
It's a line joining between the two particles. Here, not only two, so many particles can be there, right? So many are there. I have considered only two, okay? The line joining between the two particles in the body, okay? In the body itself. The line joining between the two internal particles of a body after traveled some distance, after traveled some distance, then the line joining between the two internal particles both are parallel to each other, means these lines are parallel. All particle distances, you have to draw one of the line. That line is, after even travel some distance, also parallel to each other. After travel some distance, even though that line joining between the two particles, internal particles, is parallel to the first one. So lines are parallel.
So that is like initial and final.
Initial and final. Initial and final, and throughout the motion. Throughout the motion. Not only here. Not only here. Throughout the motion, the line joining between the two particles are parallel to each other.
Sir, so what is the difference between translatory and rectilinear motion?
So translatory motion means the path followed. The path followed. Now see, same body. Same body. It is moving like this. Now see, path is like this. Path is like this. But the line joining between the internal molecules, internal particles, are parallel to each other. The line joining between the internal particles are parallel to each other is called translatory motion. The path followed by the body is called, now it is curvilinear motion. Path is followed like this. The body here.
Sir, can you repeat definition of rectilinear motion?
Yes. The path followed by the body. The path followed by the body is straight line. So that is rectilinear motion. Recti means straight.
Sir, but didn't you just say that path followed is curvilinear?
It is curvilinear. Yes, the path followed by the body is curvilinear. So curvilinear motion. But the internal, the distance traveled, like, sorry, the distance
Path
between
followed by the particle, you mean?
yes.
Okay.
Path.
Sir, so
Tell me, Risha. Come on.
so we can say that rectilinear and curvilinear motion are translatory motions.
Obviously, no. Because same body. If you take this body, whatever the line if you draw, whatever the line if you draw, so however it will go, the line joining between the two internal particles will be parallel to each other. So it is translatory motion. And if it is moving in the straight line, rectilinear. If it is moving in the curvilinear, so curvilinear motion. Understand? Look at this. Look at this. Tell me, Ananya.
So I can you just tell difference again and
Yes.
the definitions?
Yes, yes. Now look at this. This is the body. It is point A, point B. I have taken one of the line. So line joining between the two internal particles. Now I fixed this, and this body I'm rotating. Now this body will come from here like this. Now this body reached here. So I'm rotating. Now it is A. It is A particle only. Now it is B particle. Now distance, the line joining between the two internal particles is parallel to each other.
No, perpendicular.
Perpendicular or somewhere it can be, right? When I'm rotating, the line joining
Yeah.
between the two internal particles will be different, not parallel, right? Making some angle.
Yes, sir.
So it is not translatory. It is what? Rotatory.
Rotation.
Rotatory, right?
Yes, sir.
But here, the line joining between the two internal particles are parallel to each other.
Yes, sir. That I understood.
And the path followed by the particles are straight. So it is rectilinear motion. The path followed by the particles are in the curvilinear motion. So it is curvilinear motion. It is curved path. It is rectilinear path. It is straight path. So rectilinear. It is curved path. So it is curvilinear.
Okay, so can you tell definition of both?
Yes. Rectilinear.
Yeah,
The
both
path
rectilinear,
yes, the
curvilinear.
path followed by the body is straight line. The path followed by the body is straight line. So nothing but rectilinear motion. The path followed by the body is in straight line. So it is a rectilinear motion. The path followed by the body is in curvilinear motion, curved path. So it is called curvilinear motion. But the the line joining between the two internal particles are parallel to each other in the two cases. So it is translatory rectilinear motion, translatory curvilinear motion. These are clear?
Yes, sir.
Santosh?
Yes, sir.
Understand, Santosh?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Now, whatever the line I have drawn, it is not parallel. So it is not translatory. Understand clearly?
It's rotational.
Yes, now it will be rotational or something. I will explain later. So translatory motion clear, right? No doubt.
Yes, sir. No
Yeah.
doubt.
Remember this. And with this, I will continue the lesson in the next class. Aryan,
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
clear, ma?
Clear, sir.
Sri, Lakshmi,
Yes, sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
No doubt, right?
No, sir.
Translatory motion means, remember, whatever the line I have drawn between the two internal particles, always parallel to each other when it is moving. And if it is moving in the straight line, rectilinear motion. If that body is moving in the curved path, curvilinear motion. Ananya, okay?
Yes, sir.
We'll continue in the next class. So this lesson, if I complete, only gravitation will be there. And
Thank you,
mostly
sir.
this lesson I explain, okay? But once again, I will explain what are the things that I explained. We will complete this. Once if we complete gravitation, happily we can do that. See you in the next class, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.